So if you were bullied, the main thing you want to focus on is developing your social confidence. Now, I don't know your specific situation, but a lot of people who are bullied have social anxiety, and it seems to me like that's why you're asking this. So if you have social anxiety, the biggest thing that you have to do is a couple of things. You have to regulate your nervous system. That's because your body has learned to basically be scared of people. Your body's learned that people are a threat because, people have been a threat to you in the past. People have bullied you. But the sad thing is that sometimes those nervous habits can cause you to stand out in a way that you might not want to. And also, too, they unfortunately can make you a target for predators. This is especially true if you have a fawn response to trauma and you have a tendency to not stand up for yourself. So regulating your nervous system is one way to beat that. Another way is just simply exposure therapy. You just got to do it. One thing you could do is you could start going out in public to places alone, like go to the park, sit on a bench and people watch. Go to the library, go to a Starbucks, get a latte and just sit down and people watch. One of my favorite things to do in people watching is I like to make up life stories for people. So like I'll look at someone on the train, I'll be like, you look like you were probably popular in high school. You look like an artsy teacher type, stuff like that. And it's not like being mean or whatever, but it's just, it kind of gets me focused on them and out of my head. And that's the key to learning how to be comfortable around people, and that'll help you improve your social skills. And when you're alone in public, it's a good time to practice your conversational skills. You can start a conversation with another person that you see that's sitting alone. Maybe if they're reading, well, not in the middle of them reading a book, but if you see them take a break from reading, you can maybe ask them about their book, or do any of the other tips that I explained in the last video on how to make conversation with people. You can make conversation with the barista. Don't do it if the line is busy. If it's rush hour, it's lunch rush, whatever you call it, obviously. But read the room, but practice your conversation. If it doesn't go great, it's a stranger. You'll never see them again. Now, another thing, and this is a big thing. I mentioned the fawn response, right? I mentioned standing up for yourself. You have to, if you don't already, you have to develop your skills of standing up for yourself and shutting down disrespect. Now, people who were bullied as kids, they tend to go one of two ways. They're either really, really shy about confrontation and they kind of let people walk all over them, or like they're super, super confrontational and they get mad at the drop of a hat. Don't do either. You can't be going off every time someone says something you don't like, because that's not good social skills. That's not being tough. That's just being... People are going to get exhausted with that. You're going to just create a tense environment for everybody, and you're going to see people are going to stop inviting you to things. But also, you can't be letting people disrespect you either, because if people see that they can get away with that, they will try it, and they will get worse and worse each time. And people around you are going to not respect you as much because they see that you let people disrespect you. And the biggest thing with that is that causes people to not have confidence in social situations, because they feel like, oh my God, if someone tries me, I can't handle myself. So you learn to handle yourself by, first of all, developing your comebacks, developing your quick wit, and learning how to shut down disrespect. If someone crosses the line with you, don't be afraid to give them a dirty look or go, okay. Just look at them like they're stupid. Don't be afraid to let people know when they have crossed your boundary. As far as developing your comebacks, listen, I'm not kidding. Practice in the mirror. Practice saying what comes to mind when people are rude to you. Like, you know how someone disrespects you and you can't think of anything to say in the moment, and then later at night when you're thinking about it, you think of the perfect comeback? That's because you're no longer in that heightened adrenaline state and your nervous system is regulated and you can think. So the part of giving good comebacks is being able to think on your feet. That comes with practice. Now, this next tip, I feel like some people are going to be like, oh, that's mean, don't do that. Yeah, I don't care. Start looking for their flaws if somebody disrespects you, especially if this is somebody who's disrespecting you repeatedly. Sometimes you need to speak a person's language, and that means cutting them down to size if they try and come and humble you. It also helps to just act completely disinterested in people who disrespect you. Like, act like, who are you? Like it's a waste of your time to even talk to them. Bonus points if you could walk away in the middle of them talking. Like, that's going to leave them looking stupid. The point of all this is, if you develop your confidence and your ability to handle it when people try you, you'll have no reason to be afraid of anybody, and you'll have no reason to feel nervous in a social situation because you know you can handle yourself. And that will give you the confidence to approach people in a neutral or even a friendly setting. And speaking of approaching people, Don't do that thing where you try really, really hard to be somebody's friend, like you're almost auditioning for their acceptance. Say yes when you mean yes. Say no when you mean no. Be honest about who you are and what you like and where you stand for, because the real people who are for you will gravitate to that. It sounds cliche, but it is the truth. One of the biggest turnoffs for anybody when making friends is when somebody's trying really, really, really hard to be their friend, because it's inauthentic. It's almost like, what does this person want? Like, this person doesn't know me. There's no way that they could love me that much. It also could even make people feel like you have an ulterior motive, or at least no self-respect, and people are going to not respect you if you do that. You are good enough to have friends as you are. You have to trust and believe that. Besides, how would you feel if you ended up being somebody's friend and your whole friendship was based on this facade that you tried to put up in order to like attract them to you in the first place? Or how would you feel if somebody did that to you? Put your real self out there and let people meet you. Let me know if you want more tips.